Hello everybody, Namaste and welcome back to our YouTube channel Japan Calling. Today we will start with education and scholarships in Japan. So let's see first about education in Japan. In Japan there are two intakes. First is in April, that is spring, and the second one is in October, that is fall season. Let's see what are the courses available. Graduation, that is after 12th, then master's courses, doctorate and postdoctorate. Language, medium of instruction is Japanese, and many universities in Japan offer education in English for foreign students under their initiative Global 30. Let's see now what are the scholarships available. First one and very important scholarship is MEXT, that is Mombu Kagakusho Scholarship. The second one is EJU Scholarship, the examination for Japanese University, admission for international students. This scholarship is given by the organization JASO. Next one, privately financed scholarships. In Japan, universities, various companies, institutes and foundations give scholarships to foreign students to study in Japan. Next program is Asia Bridge Program, and the next one is Asia Pacific Ritsumeikan Program. We will be taking information about all these scholarships one by one. Today we will start with MEXT Scholarship. MEXT Scholarship is given by Japan government and the examination is conducted by Embassy of Japan in India. There are 7 types of scholarships in this. Let's see what the scholarships are. First one is undergraduate student leading to graduation. So you can definitely go to Japan to do your graduation. Then second one is research student scholarships, that is masters, PhD and postdoctoral studies. Third one is College of Technology Students Scholarship. So it is equivalent to our diploma. Next one is Specialized Training College Students Scholarship. These are certification courses. So you can see that you can definitely get the scholarship to do certification courses as well in Japan. Next one is Japanese Studies Student Scholarship. Sixth one is Young Leaders Program Student Scholarship, under which you can study public administration, local governance, law or business administration. So it is like equivalent to MBA program. And the last one is Teachers Training Student Scholarship. So see how many scholarships are available for you. Now today we will talk about MEXT for undergraduate students leading to bachelor's degree. So let's start with MEXT for undergraduate students leading to bachelor's degree. In this program, the eligibility is 12th standard complete with 65% of marks. So those are studying in 10th, 11th or 12th standard, please keep this in mind that you must get at least 65% aggregate marks to be eligible for this scholarship. Then the age is from 17 to 21-year-old. So till 21-year-old you can apply for this scholarship. Then duration is 4.5 years to 5 years. Now let's see what streams are available. First one is Social Sciences and Humanities, under which there are sub-streams. First one is Social Sciences and Humanities A, under which you can study law, politics, pedagogy, sociology, literature, history and Japanese language. Second one is Social Sciences and Humanities B, under which you can study economics and business administration. Now next one is Natural Sciences, under which natural sciences A, you can study mathematics, physics, chemistry, electronics, electrical engineering, information engineering, mechanical engineering, naval architecture. Then under civil engineering and architecture, you can study civil engineering, architecture, environmental engineering. Under chemistry, you can study applied chemistry, chemical engineering, industrial chemistry, textile engineering. Then other fields, metallurgical engineering, mining engineering, marine engineering and biotechnology. Then next one is science B, natural science B, under which you can study agriculture, agricultural chemistry, agricultural engineering, animal science, veterinary medicine, forestry, food science and fisheries. Then hygienic studies, pharmacy, nursing science and biology. And the last one is natural science C, under which you can study medicine and dentistry. So if you see, there are so many topics available for you to study in Japan, isn't it? Now I would like to tell you about the selection process of MEXT for undergraduate students. The Japanese diplomatic mission conducts the first screening of applicants, and it is on the basis of checking application forms and documents which are submitted by the applicant. Here I would like to tell you one very important thing. You have to fill the application form very carefully and thoughtfully, because your selection may depend on the answers which you have given in application form. Then after this screening, there is a round of written papers, that is written examination is there, and after that there is one interview. Usually the application period is around May, and then the examination takes place in July. But I would definitely advise you to check the official website of MEXT for these dates. Once you pass the first training, you have to undergo the written examination. Now let's see what are the subjects for written examination. For social sciences and humanities A and B, you have to give mathematics A, English and Japanese. Here mathematics A is a lower mathematics. Then for natural sciences A, you have to give mathematics B, which is higher mathematics, physics, chemistry, English and Japanese. For natural sciences B and C, you have to give mathematics B, then chemistry, biology, Japanese and English. Mathematics B is, as I said, higher mathematics, so which is equivalent to 11th and 12th standard mathematics of our science students. Here if you see, you have to give paper of Japanese language also. But let me tell you that your selection is not dependent on the score of Japanese language. So even though you don't know the Japanese language, it may not affect your selection. But then if there are two students of equal marks and one knows the Japanese language a little, even a little, then of course he could be the first choice. After this, you have to undergo one interview, and then all the data is forwarded to MEXT. After a few months, the result is declared, and once you get selected, you go to Japan. In Japan, each undergraduate student will be enrolled at a preparatory school designated by MEXT, and there you do 1 year extensive course in Japanese language. Along with that, you also study subjects necessary for preparation for proceeding to the university. And then from next year, your actual degree education starts. Now we will see a video of one of my students who has received a MEXT scholarship for undergraduate. He did his mechanical engineering in Osaka University, Japan, and now he is doing his masters in Japan. So for that also he received MEXT scholarship. Now what this MEXT scholarship is, we will definitely see, but after Devwrat's video. See, these actual experiences of students are really very important. From them you can definitely get some tip or maybe some important information about application form, or maybe about studies for your entrance exam, or maybe living in Japan. So do watch very carefully.
I've always been interested in robots and robotics, and I wanted to make robotics the center of my career in the future. And I knew that Japan was a leader in the field with a lot of researchers and professors doing interesting research in robotics. Now, so it was always in the corner of my mind as a place to study somewhere, maybe somewhere in the future, sometime in the future. But when I was about 17 years old, I found out about this scholarship that the government is offering, even for undergraduate students. And I thought I'd take a shot at it. And I reached out and contacted WisdomTree and Reshma Sensei to maybe get an idea of what the application process is like, how many people actually get in, just for more information. And they were very helpful. We went over they told me about past papers. They told me how difficult the exam will be. We even did some rudimentary Japanese studying, and it worked out in the end. The scholarship, to apply for the scholarship, you just basically fill in a form that you get from the embassy, and it asks questions like, why do you want to study in Japan? Asks for your scores. It's the first filter, kind of. Once you get past the initial paper application, there's a test, a written test. The contents, I thought, are similar enough to what most people study for university entrance exams anyway. So I didn't study separately for this test. I don't remember studying separately. I solved some past papers, but I don't remember studying especially for this exam. I've heard different stories around from my friends from different countries, but at least for us, the written exam and the interview were on the same day. At least for me, that was the case. We write the written exam, and the papers are graded very quickly. They're easy to grade. And after a brief recess, the interview is held for selected students. So I gave the exam in Devwrat in Joshi, and 3 people were asked to stay behind, and we were asked to take an interview afterwards. So the 3 of us were summoned separately into interview room with the embassy people. We gave an interview, and we were asked to wait until the results came out. The results for whether or not we were selected came out in December, I think, so 2nd week of December, if I remember correctly. And they told us that whether or not we were going to go to Japan. Well, it was a big change, of course, moving all the way from Pune to Tokyo, and it might have been overwhelming, the idea of having to do everything from opening a bank account to finding a place to live to figuring out where and how to eat, how to pay rent. But the people in charge of the MEXT students, they made life very easy for us. From picking us up from the airport, taking us to the dorms where we'd be staying, to helping us through the bank account opening process, through the registration process, they do take care of everything. There's always a counselor to ask any sort of questions about, how do I do this or why can't I do that? So the initial process is made very simple. If you go there as a MEXT scholar, and especially for undergraduate, the process is made very easy because they do look after you until you settle down and even afterwards. But we have to, after we leave the initial Japanese training program and move to our respective universities, then there's a bit of there are a few things you have to do by ourselves, which is mostly, for me, it was things like looking for an apartment or setting up electrical connections, water connections to the house, getting an internet connection, getting a phone. But through the 1 year's worth of Japanese training, they have trained you enough by that point that you can contact the required authorities to do what you need to do. But you can always ask your university liaison office for help for what you need to do, or if you're not confident in your Japanese, you can always ask them to do it for you. There's a lot of support available for students anyway, so there's no need to worry about that. It's just about finding the right people to help you do it.
Most important in my view, there are two practical aspects. The most important one maybe is the language aspect, which will be the case even if you don't come by MEXT. Knowing this language to any level, to N2 level or N3 level, is very valuable especially for technology majors. For other majors as well, but particularly for technology majors, engineers who speak Japanese and been trained in Japan is very niche and very valuable. A very valuable thing to be. I mean, they train you to the extent that you will be able to speak, or you will be able to claim N1 level ability of the language within 1 year of training, which is not possible if you study by yourself. Point number two is if you come from MEXT, especially, the scholarship is rare in that it's fully funded to the extent that you'll be able to. They will pay for your flight there and the flight back to India once your education or your course is completed. And not only is it for undergraduate, if you so wish and your marks are good enough, you can get it extended to masters as well. So you can get your 6 years of education in Japan for undergraduate and masters plus 1 year of education of Japanese, fully funded by the Japanese government, which is definitely, I think, it was an attractive thing for me, which is one of the reasons I applied in the first place. Aside from that, aside from the practical reasons, which I feel are sufficient, aside from I would tell you that these may not be clear in the beginning, but it is an experience that I think is the best decision I took in my life, honestly, to come here because of the international exposure, the sheer number of foreign students that are here with you from all the different backgrounds.
I'm sure that after watching Devwrat's video, you all also want to go to Japan. So now let's see what this scholarship is. Logistics of MEXT Scholarship for undergraduate students. So the duration is 5 years. Then stipend is 1,17,000 yen, means equivalent to 80,000 rupees per month. This is a stipend given by Japan government to the students every month. Then tuition fee is exempted. No tuition fee, no examination fee, no registration fee, and travel. Round trip economy class air ticket from India to Japan is given to the students. So इतना सब मिलता है तो और क्या चाहिए ज़िंदगी में, isn't it? So I wish you all the very best. Study passionately and definitely try to get this MEXT scholarship. See you soon in our next video with Research Student Scholarship, that is for post graduation for master's degree, the scholarship given by Japan government. I request you all to please share this video as much as possible and like and subscribe our channel for many more interesting and informative videos. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. See you very soon.